I think we all make the mistake, which is if you're in a lesson and your trainer tells you to bend more, the first thing you do is you just pull on your inside rein, right? So you just go like that and you're like, oh, look, my horse is bending. So this is not bending. When we want our horses to bend, we want them to have an equal amount of bend from their poll all the way to their tail. So if you were to look from above, you should see that he's equally curved from his poll all the way back to his tail. Hello everyone, so I'm going to show you what steps you need to take to get your horse to actually bend in their body. This is something that is hard to achieve, and it's also hard because what happens is that every horse has what we call a hollow side and a stiff side. So what happens is that in one direction it feels quote unquote easier to bend your horse. In the other direction, it's a bit harder. And it just takes time and practice to work on getting this bend, but it's a huge part of suppleness. And when your horse is supple, then you have control of them both mentally and physically. So in this video, I'm going to show you the correct aids and the correct way to teach your horse to actually bend in their body, not just in their neck. Be sure to give my video a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to my channel. Check out in the description box below. I have some free giveaways. There's a free PDF on rider position and also one on the canter that you might be interested in. Okay, so this is Leo here. And we're going to start off going to the left. We don't have a court set up, so I'm just going to ride like an imaginary circle. Sometimes it's really helpful to set out cones if you don't have an arena up, just so you can map out your circle line. But when we think about bending our horses, I think we all make the mistake, which is if you're in a lesson and your trainer tells you to bend more, the first thing you do is you just pull on your inside rein. Right? So you just go like that and you're like, oh, look, my horse is bending. So this is not bending. What happens when you just pull on your inside rein is that your horse folds their neck to the inside, but then they just start drifting through the outside shoulder and you never actually get any bend in their body. So when we want our horses to bend, we want them to have an equal amount of bend from their poll all the way to their tail. So if you were to look from above, you should see that he's equally curved from his poll all the way back to his tail. So what are the aids for bending? I'm going to go up to the trot. The first aid that you apply to get your horse to bend is not the inside rein. So if I'm going along here on a circle line, and I'm just going to exaggerate and make him a little extra straight so it's very clear that he's not bending. I want a little more bend to the right. So when you're going on a circle right now he's counterbent. He's looking the wrong way. Whenever you're making a circle to the right, you want your horse to be looking to the right. So the first way that I do this is I put my right leg on. Your inside leg starts the bend. So I'm going to put my right leg on. And now you see what happens. When I put my right leg on, what's happening? He's just... Oops, there's been a glitch. Actually, I need a big favor. Please, over 58% of you are not subscribed to my channel. So click the button below that says subscribe, as well as hit the bell. It really helps me out. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. Thanks, you guys. Just moving out. Like he's leg yielding. His haunches are falling out. My circle's getting really, really big. So I've gotten him to move out, but I still don't have bend. Once you apply your inside leg and your horse starts falling to the outside, the next step is to put your outside leg behind the girth to control the outside part of your horse's body. So once you move your horse off your inside leg, your outside rein by the outside withers, your outside leg behind the girth controls the outside of your horse's body. And then the third thing is you just use a little wrist and ring finger on the inside rein. So I'm just suppling a little on the right rein to get him to look to the right. So now I have a bend in my horse's body. And you know, it starts out on a circle, but later on it's really important that you can get this bend for a half pass or a pirouette anything like that. Okay, so I'm going to change rein through the circle. Now to get him bending left, first thing I'm going to put my left leg on him and move him to the right. Now you see how he's just falling out to the right. Now I'm going to put my outside leg back, and my outside rein are going to get him bending to the left. And then I'm just going to use a little wrist and ring finger on the inside. So notice how my inside rein is the last thing that I do to get that bend. And too many times, like here's what I see a lot of people do. If they're going to change rein through the circle, they go like this, and then they just pull on the inside rein and their horse falls to the inside and over bends. So that is very incorrect. Let me show you the correct way to do it. The reason that that's so bad is because when you just bend like that, it totally throws your horse out of balance. And I'm still trying to get him back in balance. So now I'm going to push him off my left leg, move him into the right rein. My outside leg is behind the girth. My outside rein turns the outside shoulder. And now he's tracking to the left. I'll show you one more time. Turning, bending. Now I'm pushing him off my right leg. I'm moving him into that outside aids, and then a little fingers on the inside rein. Good. So let me talk to you about my leg position. Right now my left leg is behind the girth. Right leg is at the girth. I'm going to keep my left leg back and start pushing him over. Now my left leg comes forward. Now my right leg goes back. There. Good. So it's really important that, oh, good boy. Good boy. The main aids for getting bend in the body are your legs. So inner leg at the girth, that's how you get your horse to bend in the rib cage, is that your inner leg kind of shoves your horse to the outside. Your outside leg is behind the girth, so that when your horse starts to fall to the outside, your outside leg is there to guide the outside hind leg around the circle. And when you change directions, like if you're doing a serpentine or a change of direction through the circle like I was showing, your legs have to change position. So you go from one leg at the girth, one leg behind the girth, and you switch that to the other way when you change the bend. And that's super, super important. I see a lot of riders make the mistake of that they're either in a chair seat and their legs are just up here, or both legs are too far back, but your legs really help to indicate the bend for your horse. So let me know in the comments if this was helpful. And also, every horse is a little different left and right. So I would say most horses have more trouble with right bend than left bend, but let me know which bend is more difficult for you. Thanks for watching.